Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. This time, this is a little different. This is pertaining to the premium section in the. You'll see two sections called SQL something and MySQL something. I can't remember the exact names. I'll probably be changing the name here soon, but inside of them, you'll see in the SQLite one, there's a base that is only SQLite and tools only. And then in the MySQL, there's a MySQL base with tools and MySQL only in it. By that I mean there's no hooks inside of it. Like I've ripped the hooks out, and that whole it decides whether you're using one or the other. Instead, it's only using that. I like to keep my code cleaner. I don't know, OCD maybe, whatever. So let's get going here. This is a custom, and this one's for SQLite, and this one has my where I use the v10 bundle of ours, showing showing our products working. The v10 bundle, and I included my admin panel, my web admin panel in it. And normally I would say we're gonna unzip the files, but the project files here were actually in here, so we're not going to do that because it takes a minute. Alright, so inside of here you'll see the video, which I'm doing now, the project file zipped up, which is right here, and the change log, which I'll show real quick. It's pretty long, of all of the web server features and stuff, and then the add-ons in the bundle, the zipped project, and the web server files, and the install readme for the web server files. I'm not really going to go through this, except for it tells you, about what you need to do and get XAMPP. XAMPP is a web server. You'll need to go to XAMPP's website, install that, download it, and install it, and use that or another web server. Either way, you'll go inside the web server files here, and you'll see a folder called htdocs. That's the folder name where they house XAMPP web server files inside of XAMPP's folders. I'll show you that in a minute, but our panel files are in here, so we will copy and paste that into the web server folder called htdocs for XAMPP, which is usually on your C drive by default. You'll see a folder called XAMPP on your C drive when you install it. And inside of there, you'll see a htdocs folder. See the path. Now you go inside of here. Ignore this panel because that's one I was testing. And we're going to go into ours and grab that panel that I just told you about and copy that into the htdocs folder. Alright. Inside of here, you'll see mention of this folder called connect. This is where the database connects. What that is okay, I'll show you. It's looking for the database SQLite. So users, microRecon desktop server, server data. What that is it's looking on my C drive for my users folder. My name is microRecon. Okay. And this is my desktop. It's a mess. And this is the server folder where my database file is. So when you highlight up here, you'll see C users microRecon desktop server, name of this folder, and server data, the folder I'm in now, which is where the database is. So we're not going to copy the C part. We're going to copy the users all the way to server data. Now, keep in mind, now you'll see here, we'll paste this in right here like so. Whatever. You're pissing me off. Backtrack to users. And there you go. You can change these. Honestly, don't know why they just don't default in the first place, but You can change these, whatever. Save it. All right. So what this just is looking for where your database is housed. Now this could be anywhere on your computer, but this is where it's at on mine. I keep it on my desktop because when I do a headless build, that right there is my server folder, and that's my client folder. So when I go inside the server folder, inside the actual server folder, I have my server executable, and then the database is housed inside of here. So that's my path. It has to just look for where your path is. And since other people are going to connect to this path, the way I have my computer set up, if this was on a VPS, obviously you'd have public access as long as you point everything to that database. So that's where mine is housed. So that's why I changed my information inside of here to reflect that. That's the database name it's looking for. You can change the name database. Just like in here, you can change your name from database to something else. But whatever you change that name to, you need to change it there. So it's looking for the SQLite extension. So that's the database file. Now we're done with that. I've explained that enough. You should get it. That's where it's pointing. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this server, the headless one, and I'm going to connect it through my Unity as the client so I can show you easier how it's going to work. Go ahead and start this up. Alright, so now I'm going to grab this localhost link. If you were on your VPS, wherever you were hosting, yourname.com /panel, your IP of your VPS /panel. In my case, we're doing it locally, so I'm doing localhost /panel. And I'm going to open that, and there we go. It's opening it from XAMPP. So, as you see, you got to log in or create an account and reset lost password. When you create an account, you want to make sure you create it with a username, an email that you will save, and a password, which I recommend you save. But if you forget your password for whatever reason, you go to reset lost password. It's going to ask you for that email that we told you to save, and your username that you use, and then you enter your new password and save it, and it will reset your password. Alright, and log in. It uses username, password. If you don't have anything in the fields or the wrong information in the fields, it will tell you that it's wrong. So I'm going to show you real quick by logging in with the admin account. I'm going to do this on Firefox real quick. I have my reasons for it. It's because Chrome decided to be an asshole and save my cache and is refusing to let me dump it for some reason right now. So I need to show you this for the admin panel part. So I'm just going to go ahead and use Chrome since I haven't logged in with it yet. Alright, so here we go. Now I'm going to go log in with my admin panel account. Don't save it. Welcome admin. If I had my email for that one, it would be right there. But since this is a already pre-set up database where I put the admin or put in my web server panel, it didn't have an email, so he don't have one there. When I make the new character in a minute, you'll see it. Alright, so in the user panel side, you can see the different options and the tables and stuff like that. I'm going to show you the player list, and there's 3 players in here right now. I'm going to make a test 3 and show you that it's in there. I'm going to try and log into admin panel. It's going to ask me for a password. If I don't have it, I can't get in it. Alright. And now we're in session, so we've lost session on that. Go back. Yep. Now it's going to be a day. There we go. Now I'm going to put in the password. And now I've opened up the admin side, and that gives me access to the admin side of it. Alright, but back to the user side anyways. I'm going to show you the player list. And I'm going to make a new character. Actually, I have to do that. Making my life so much difficult. I'm going to log out, create an account, call it test3, email at email2.com, password test3, confirm test3, create account, logged in successfully, log in. Alright, test3, log into the panel, and I'm going to show you the character now when I create it. So the server's running. I'm going to go create a character real quick through here. Show you. I'll do a quick explanation of some stuff with the web server after I show you the account works and kind of brief you on things. I hate this stupid thing. We're at 11 minutes. That's better than the last video I tried to do. Alright, test3. We're going to log in, create an account. Okay. Test3, we'll call him. Alright, there he is. He's logged in. We'll do a refresh real quick. There you go, test3. You can see different things like their player ranks and stuff like that. You just go through the panel and check out the different tables. You can edit you can see how much gold they have and stuff on the user side. But then on the admin side, this is the part that sucks. It remembers the cache. Let's see if it asks me to log in on the admin side. It probably won't. Yeah, because I already logged in on this computer. It remembered it in cache and remembers that you logged into it. Probably have to do something about that at some point, but it's alright. You just clean your cache and bada bing, bada boom. Alright, so here we go. Now on the admin side, you can look up the password of the player. Shit. This is going to extend the video so you can look up the password, and because like I said this is MD5, I've set it up to where you just go to this link and you can decrypt it. Which will give you, most of the time it will give you the correct password, because MD5 is not a perfect science, and this is crazy the way it works. It doesn't always get it correct, but most of the time it does. So there you see my password. So that's a pretty neat little feature. You can make sure that you got your passwords for your players when you need to. And you can give them coins. You can give them EXP. There's a bunch of different features. You can block and unblock a player. It all works. I just don't want to extend this video because with this software it lags my voice behind the video, and it kind of sucks because I want to give more detail but I can't, and that's where the quick rundown is going to come. I'll do it in a couple of minutes. Alright, so I've showed you the panel, showed you it working. There's the user side, there's the admin side. You see the information, and you can edit it how you want to. This is included in this bundle because it's going to be a custom bundle type thing. Now, real quickly, inside of the files where your web server is, okay, in the panel folder, in the admin folder, this is where your htaccess and htpassword files set up, or is set. The htaccess you won't have to mess with as long as you don't change the name of the folder. If you do, then you better change them in here, because it's looking for it just by default in here. The password you saw when I put it in, root was the username, pass was the password. Leave this in. You You can change the username to wherever you want. You can change the password to wherever you want. Then you give that to your admins, and they'll be able to log in from their computer into the panel. Uh, if you don't like that person later on, change the username and password. They can't get back in. All right. What else was there? All these scripts you can change and edit the information inside of them however you want. You don't have to do anything else. Like I said, this was just to describe how the database is connected. Now you have to find it. That's very important. So make sure you watch the video to understand how that works. Otherwise, the panel's set up already, and the things that you would have had to do to set this panel up in the core of the bundle, you don't have to do now because I've already done it. So it's like pretty much plug and play. Otherwise, except for putting it inside of XAMPP, and all the features and stuff you can read about. It'll be in the premium section in a list. You can get the bundle, read them, test it, play with it. Let me know if you find anything wrong. I'll fix it because it's been a while since I've used this panel, and I integrated it into an older. As a matter of fact, I know that giving yourself strength and intelligence on here won't give it to you inside of the normal player character table in the database. It actually I need to change that, which will happen when I update it. Because when Fizzbon made the attributes add-on, it puts it in its own table in the database, so that's where it would be editing it. But it doesn't right now. When you edit it in the panel, it actually edits it in the old character or in the character table under its old tables. I'm going to delete those tables out so that doesn't work anymore and set it up for the new ones. And I'm going to add a bunch more features into it too. Um, I want this bundle to be like, okay, I need a base. There it is. Boom, done. Fizzbon's making a really cool one. I hope that one works out pretty good too. That open MMO, a little shout out to him and that one. He's doing a hell of a lot of work on it. Can't wait to see what that's like. But in the meantime, we're going to work with the crap we've got here and try and make it work while he's building something that's not crap. At least that's our hope. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Sorry I blah 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 on. I'm done showing you my desktop and stuff. You guys can figure out most of this yourself. Watch the video, watch it slow, watch it fast, do jumping jacks. I don't care how you do it. Just figure it out. Bye.